Hello, it's been a while, and I feel like this story that I'm about to tell you is an appropriate one to bring back my vlog. Um, so let's get right into it. So I was sitting in my bed, my freshly laundered sheets. I did laundry this morning. It was great. Um, got my blankets and stuff, and so I'm sitting there just chilling, and I've got my phone out and I'm watching some YouTube, and out of nowhere. I get like this, I don't know, kind of like itch at my nose. So I go to pick at it and, whatever. Wasn't really paying attention. I was more like, what's going on YouTube? And then I feel something running down my nose. And so I go to see what it is. And it's blood. I'm like, oh, it's a nosebleed. Okay. Had those many a time. Nothing too crazy about it. So I go back to see like how much blood it is. And in that time, it's already like dripping into my hand. And I notice that it's almost like a small spout and it's just pouring. So I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Well, first reaction was try and catch it. That way the newly laundered sheets are safe. Also, clothing. So I go to catch it and I'm like, okay, we're good. I'm like, okay, now to develop a game plan. This would be a good idea. What to do? Well, while I'm thinking about it for a solid 2 seconds, I notice that the blood is starting to overflow in my hand and drip onto me, which is no bueno, which is not good. So I've got both hands, and I'm not going to drop my phone because I'm using it to record. I'm using my hand to record, but I've got both hands now under my nose, and I'm just like, how? So I just turn off my phone and I'm thinking, how am I going to handle this? During this time, it's already starting to drip. A couple of drops have made their way into my sheet, onto my leg, and I'm like, this is not good. So I get up off my bed and I go over to my trash can and I stand over my trash can and I just kind of let my hands go and let all the blood just kind of, pour into the trash can. It's just a tiny trash can. I'm like, it's going to start dripping and like spattering everywhere. I don't want that. That's not good. And I notice in the trash can an empty container from Ben&Jerrys, because I'd had Ben&Jerrys ice cream recently. It's really good. Their new ice cream that is peanut butter chunks and like cookies is amazing. It's like Oreos. And it's dairy free. It's almond milk. I don't know how they did it, but it tastes amazing. Anyway, so I noticed that we've got one of those pint cups empty in my trash can. I'm like, desperate times call for desperate measures. So I grab said cup and hold it under my nose. At this point, blood is all over my face. I've got blood everywhere. It looks like I've been in a fight. At least that's what I would assume. That's what I would assume I look like. So I've got the cup and I'm just dripping into the cup. I'm like, this is not good. I need to stop and like do something. So for some reason, the idea pops into my head, hey, let's just hop in the shower. That's a great idea. So that's what I do. Without changing or anything, I just make my way out of my room, make sure there's no one around, because if there's anyone in my room and they see this, they might think something weird has happened, like I've fallen and destroyed my face. So I go past my little sink area, look at my face and realize that's a lot of blood everywhere. At this point, it's still dripping into said cup. So I make it into the bathroom. So let's see here. If you notice back here, I've got my sheet hanging because it got bloody and I kind of washed it. And I just hop into the shower and still with clothes and stuff, just water everywhere. I put the Ben&Jerry's cup in the corner of the shower because I was afraid to set it down anywhere else, and just, let blood pour out of, it was great. So like blood's everywhere all over me. I'm trying to like clean it off because, I'm in the shower. So then I hop out completely soaked. That's why my hair is still so funky, because I really haven't dried it yet. I just made it all to one side kind of for the video, but it's not cooperating, and it's okay because it kind of plays into the chaos of the story. So I have to come out, take my I take my sheet off my bed, and I'm like, you know what? I'm already soaked, and this is dirty. I just washed it this morning. So I hop back into the shower with my sheet, wash my sheet. It's still very wet. I thought that I'd hang it up where my towel is, but it dripped too much, and so it was like the floor was soaked. So I just decided to hang it in the shower-ish. I went back to my room to find blood all over on the floor, and it just looks like I got into a fight with myself. So that is the story of probably my worst bloody nose that I can recall. The motto, I guess, of the story, not the motto, the lesson to be learned here is if your nose scratches, don't scratch it absent-mindedly. Pay attention to what you do, because you might start a very bad nosebleed and bleed everywhere. So, the end. Thank you for tuning in.